Hello, friends. Welcome back to English Classes Online. My name is Benjamin. Today's video is on West African Senior School Certificate Examination English, frequently occurring topics and questions. This is part of our WASSCE English Preparatory lesson. And if you are preparing for any of your English exams, especially at the senior school certificate level, this video is for you. If you are a second language learner of English, a foreign language learner of English, this particular video is for you. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video goes live on this channel, you will be notified instantly. Let's dive into the lesson right away. Now, looking at the Waec English exam scheme, we will find that we have English language paper 1. Of course, sometimes the numbering, could change, but we have the 3 basic papers: objective test questions, theory questions, and test of orals. And today we want to look at the frequently occurring topics and questions in the objective test section, the objective test part. All right. Now, the objective test questions, which is English language paper 1 in some cases, can be subdivided into 6 sections. So you can see that section 1 has to do with antonyms, words most nearly opposite in meaning. Section 2 has to do with collocation, words that best complete a given sentence. Section 3 has to do with sentence interpretation. You are given a list of options and you have to pick the option that best interprets a given sentence. Then section 4 has to do with synonyms, words nearest in meaning. In section 5, you will find questions bordering on collocation, semantics, and so on. And they are words that best complete certain sentences. Then in section 6, you have register or vocabulary words, if you like, words most suitable to fill the numbered gaps. All right, so we are going to look at the frequently occurring topics and questions in this part. So let's now begin to look at them one by one. We begin with section 1, and you can see WASSCE June 2020 English Language 1 objective test questions. In section 1, what you have, we are going to look at 3 years consecutively, all right, and see how the same pattern of questions, all right, in this section, how similar questions occur. And when you actually understand these frequently occurring topics and questions, then you will find it very, very easy to prepare for your Waec exam, whether you are preparing for the NECO SSCE or NAPTEP SSCE or Waec SSCE, which is WASSCE. They are similar, and we want to look at the various sections and how questions are taken, from the same, the same pattern of questions. The questions you have in 1 year, the similar questions will occur in the next year. This is what we want to look at, so that when you understand this secret, then it will simplify your preparation for the exam. So let's now look at section 1, 2020. Take note of 2020 here. And then look at the instruction. In each of the following sentences, there is one underlined word and one gap. From the list of words lettered A to D, choose the one that is most nearly opposite to the underlined word and that will at the same time correctly fill the gap in the sentence. And then we have number 1. Look at the question in number 1. A guest should not make derogatory remarks about his host, but dash statement. So you can see here, all right? Now you are looking for a word that is nearly opposite to the underlined word, and the word underlined here is derogatory, right? So you can see it here. Again, here you can see that you are looking for words nearly opposite to the underlined word. Take note of all these because we are going to see them reoccur in the year 2019 and also in the year 2018. These are the things we want to look at, and this secret will equip you so that you know exactly what to look for in each section of the exam. Once you understand this secret, it simplifies your preparation for the exam, and that actually is our focus on this channel. We want to make things as easy as ABC for you, all right, in all your English exams. So you can see here, option A, candid, option B, appealing, option C, polite, option D, complimentary. So you can see we are looking for the opposite of derogatory, but first you need to understand the meaning of derogatory. When you talk of derogatory remarks, you are talking of remarks that are disrespectful or belittling or slighting or rude or nasty or abusive or demeaning, you know? So you see, that's exactly what derogatory means. It's something that has a negative connotation. So here we are looking for a word that has a positive meaning and which we collocate with remarks. Well, the word candid cannot be the opposite of derogatory because when you are talking of candid, you are talking of sincere, but derogatory is something different in meaning. Now, appealing cannot be used to describe remarks. It's not a collocate of remarks. Well, polite could go with remarks. You can talk of polite remarks, but definitely not all that the direct opposite of derogatory. Derogatory means disrespectful, all right? So the actual correct option is complimentary. When you compliment someone, you commend or praise them, which actually is the opposite of, you know, being disrespectful and being belittling or rude, you understand? So that is exactly, you know, you talk of complimentary remarks when you are referring it to someone, you compliment someone. Your remarks could be polite generally, but when you refer the remarks to somebody, well, it could also be polite, but complimentary is more of the opposite of derogatory than polite, especially in this context. All right, so you can see we have quite a number of opposites of derogatory. We have complimentary, which we have chosen. Then we have appreciative, admiring, approving, eulogizing, commendatory, congratulatory. So this will show you that it is something, it goes beyond just being polite. This is something that has to do with, you know, be addressing someone in a commendatory or appreciative or admiring manner. That's really what it means, or complimentary. So now take note of the questions, the topic we have in section 1. The topic here is, antonyms or words opposite in meaning. That is section 1, June 2020. Now we are going to June 2019, and let us find out if we have something similar. All right, so here we have 2019. Now take note of June 2019 and take note of section 1. Then listen to the instruction and see that it's the same thing we had in 2020 section 1. You can check your past question compilation guide and you will confirm that this reoccurrence is quite factual. It is real, and if you understand it, it will help you to prepare with greater confidence, knowing that this is sure to occur in section 1. So in each of the following sentences, there is one underlined word and one gap. From the list of words lettered A to D, choose the one that is most nearly opposite to the underlined word and that will at the same time correctly fill the gap in the sentence. All right, so you can see it, the same thing, nearly opposite to the underlined word. Then let's look at question 1, and we find that it is similar to question 1 in 2020, though a different question, yet, the same topic. So, though my mother was convinced about the success of the business, her manager remained dash. A, skeptical, B, serious, C, confused, D, concerned. So you can see the underlined word here is convinced, and we are looking for opposite, nearly opposite. All right. Now, first, we have to understand the meaning of convinced. When you are convinced about something, you are certain, you are persuaded, you are sure, you are confident, you are believing, you actually believe it is true. So the opposite among the options is skeptical. When you are skeptical, it means you are doubtful. All right. So we have the opposite: skeptical, uncertain, unsure, unconvinced, and so on and so forth. Now, one thing you need to understand is that the same pattern of questions we had in 2020, that's what we had in 2019 under section 1. All right, so take note of that. And then let's go to 2018 and confirm that it is the same. Now take note of WASSCE June 2018, and then take note of section 1, English language. All right. Now the instruction is similar. In each of the following sentences, there is one underlined word and one gap. From the list of words lettered A to D, choose the one that is most nearly opposite to the underlined word and that will at the same time correctly fill the gap in the sentence. Question 1, Bintu's inquisitiveness is in sharp contrast with her sister's dash. So underlined word is inquisitiveness, and we are looking for the nearly opposite. Take note of the fact that, again, we are looking for nearly opposite word. The same thing we had in 2020, the same thing we had in 2019, that same thing is what we have in 2018. And so we are looking at frequently occurring topics and questions in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. And the aim of this video is to simplify your preparation for this exam. When you actually understand the secret of, the secrets, underlining the examiner's tendency or their pattern of setting questions, of course, this demystifies the Waec exam and makes it quite simple, as easy as ABC. And that's what we want to achieve by sharing this with you. So inquisitiveness is underlined here. Option A is indifference. Option B, noisiness. C, calmness. D, dullness. Now, first, we have to understand the meaning of inquisitiveness, and it means curiosity, interestedness, intrusiveness, curiousness, eagerness. In fact, when you are keenly interested in something, when you are curious, of course, that act of being curious is inquisitiveness. So the opposite is indifference. So we can see option A is correct. Indifference. When you are indifferent, it means you are not concerned, you don't care about, you are not interested. All right. So that's exactly, indifference is lack of interest in something. Another opposite is apathy, disinterestedness, disinterest, incuriosity, incuriousness. All right. So, but I want you to take note of the similarity between the questions we have in section 1, 2018, and the questions we have in section 1, 2019, and also they are also similar to the questions we have in section 1, 2020, all right? So we are through with examining section 1. Now let's go to section 2. Section 2 has to do with collocation. That's words that, you know, best complete a sentence, you know. And when we talk of collocation, we are talking of a group of 2 or more words that are frequently used together, or that, you know, always go together. I have discussed collocation in some previous videos. You can look for some of the videos on the channel, and you will find one that gives you a comprehensive lecture on collocations. So now let's look at the question here. From the words lettered, well, take note of the fact that this is WASSCE June 2020, and then this is section 2. Instruction: from the words lettered A to D, choose the word that best completes. Well, let's get back to, all right, sorry. Okay. Okay, so let me take the instruction once again. We've taken note of all this. Then the instruction: from the words lettered A to D, choose the word that best completes each of the following sentences. Question 11. The runner was dashed at 15 seconds at the end of the race. A, taped. B, timed. C, belt. D, neutralized. So you see, when you look at this, we are looking for a word that actually fits in within the register of, you know, athletic events. We are talking of running, you know, either at the Olympics or any other competition, you know. So a race, what is the appropriate word here? The runner was dashed at 15 seconds at the end of the race. So at the end of the race, you see that a runner is timed. All right, a runner is timed at 15 seconds. So take note of this. Now, one thing I forgot to mention when we treated section 1 is that the numbering is the same. All right. In section 1, we had the section beginning with question 1. And here I want you to take note, you know, in 2020, section 1 started with question 1. In 2019, section 1 started with question 1. In 2018, section 1 started with question 1. Then take note of where section 2 starts here. This is 2020, and you can see that the first question is question 11. All right? Okay, so let's now move on to 2019, and then take note of the fact that this is WASSCE June 2019, and then we are dealing with section 2, just as we did with 2020. Then the instruction is the same. From the words lettered A to D, choose the word that best completes each of the following sentences. Again, take note that the question number 11 that started section 2, 2020 is the same question number 11 that starts section 2, 2019. So we are speaking authoritatively here, giving you the recurring patterns and showing you the secrets of how these questions occur, how the various topics under each section, the kind of questions that occur, and this will simplify your preparation for the exam. Now, question number 11, investigation revealed that the senior students dashed the juniors to throw stones at the principal's car. A, infuriated, B, integrated, C, instigated, and D, instituted. Well, the appropriate question, the appropriate option here is determined when you look at the context here. Investigation revealed that the senior students dashed the juniors to throw stones. I mean, if you influence someone to do something negative, what did you do? You have instigated the person. If you infuriate someone, you just anger the person, but that's not the case. You know, they instigated them, all right? And integrate is not the option. Instituted is a different meaning. So the actual word is instigated. But take note of the fact that we are dealing with the same pattern of questions that we dealt with in 2020. That's what we are dealing with in 2019, section 2. And then let's now go to 2018. Again, I advise you to take note. WASSCE June 2018, section 2, objective questions. The instruction is the same. From the words lettered A to D, choose the word that best completes each of the following sentences. Then the same question 11 starts section 2, 2018. The same thing we saw in 2019, section 2, and in 2020, section 2. Now let's look at the question here. At Christmas, employees of the sugar factory receive which dash? A, benefits, B, dividends, C, bonuses, C, salaries. Now, you see, when you talk of benefits, benefits refer more to probably customers, if you like, even though to customers too is not exactly benefits, although when you add the word fringe, that may actually apply to employees, but in a different context. Then B, dividend. Dividends refer to shareholders of a company, the kind of remuneration or reward they receive. Now, bonuses, that will be more appropriate, especially at Christmas. You have a kind of payment that employees receive at Christmas, and is notably called Christmas bonus. So bonuses will be the appropriate word. Well, salaries do not necessarily increase, but you know, you have bonuses. At Christmas, employees of the sugar company receive huge dash. All right. Okay, so now let's now move to section 3, and we look at 3 years consecutively. All right. Then take note of the fact that this is WASSCE June 2020. This is section 3 objective questions. Then let's critically look at the instruction. I want you to take note of the instruction and take note of the type of question we are going to have. Now I read the instruction. After each of the following sentences, a list of possible interpretations is given. Choose the interpretation that is most appropriate for each sentence. All right. And then we have 21. My grandmother, again, take note that section 3, 2020 begins with question 21. We are going to find a similar thing in 2019 and in 2018. Now the question states, my grandmother once told me that old habits die hard. This means that old habits are A, easily corrected, B, difficult to change, C, short-lived, D, forever changing. Of course, the right option is difficult to change. Old habits die hard. Now, take note of the fact that section 3 of WASSCE 2020 English Language Objective Questions deals with sentence interpretation. That is the topic that you prepare if you are going to answer question correctly in section 3. All right, sentence interpretation. And again, take note of the fact that the section 3 begins at question number 21. Now let's go straight to 2019. Now take note that this is WASSCE June 2019, section 3 objective test questions. Now the instruction is the same. After each of the following sentences, a list of possible interpretations is given. Choose the interpretation that is most appropriate for each sentence. Again, you see the topic is sentence interpretation. And again, this section 3 begins at question number 21. The same thing we saw in 2020. Now I read the question. The class captain got cold feet. This is feet. Got cold feet when he was asked to lead the protest. This means that the class captain became A, nervous. If you develop cold feet, you become nervous. That's the appropriate option. B, afraid, no. C, concerned, no. D, calm, no. So, but take note of the similarities between the topic and the question and everything in 2019 with what we had in 2020. And then let's go to 2018. This is WASSCE June 2018, section 3, objective questions, English language. Now the instruction is the same topic. Now listen, after each of the following sentences, a list of possible interpretations is given. Choose the interpretation that is most appropriate for each sentence. Now the question number is the same. The question that starts section 3, 2018 is 21. That same question started section 3, 2019 and section 3, 2020. So we are talking authoritatively, showing you the frequently occurring questions, frequently occurring topics, frequently occurring patterns, and manner of setting questions in the Waec exam. All right. Now let's look at the question number 21. Can you imagine Oka believing as if he has all the knowledge in the world? This means that Oka A does not really know everything. Yes, most likely. That it doesn't really, it's just behaving as if. So the speaker means that this guy doesn't know everything. He's only pretending that he knows everything. Then B, knows so much more than we think. No, that's not interpretation. C, is admired by everybody. No, completely out of point. D, respects other people. Completely not connected. All right, so now that's the way it is. Let's now go to section 4. Section 4, and here again, we look at 3 years past questions consecutively, and we look at the frequently occurring patterns, frequently occurring topics, frequently occurring questions, all right? Now take note that this is WASSCE June 2020, and then we are dealing with section 4 objective test questions. Now take note of the instruction here. From the words lettered A to D, below each of the following sentences, choose the word or group of words that is nearest in meaning to the underlined word as it is used in the sentence. So here, the topic we are dealing with is what I call contextual synonyms. That is words nearest in meaning, but not just nearest in meaning, but nearest in meaning as it is used in the sentence. So contextual synonyms, all right? Okay, so let's now look at, that's the topic, contextual synonyms, words nearest in meaning as it is used in the sentence. That's contextual, as it is used in that context, all right? So again, you can see, take note of the fact that we are dealing with question 31. Then the question is this: the boy was reluctant to carry out the order of his senior. Now the word underlined here is reluctant, and we're looking for another word nearest in meaning. Option A is slow, not necessarily. Option C is sluggish, not necessarily. All right. Then option A is adamant, no. Option D is unwilling. Yes, when you are reluctant to do something, you are unwilling to do it, all right? And so when we look at reluctant, we look at the meanings: unwilling, disinclined, grudging, or unenthusiastic. You don't have interest in doing what you have been asked to do. Now take note of the topic we have here. We are dealing with contextual synonyms, words nearest in meaning as used in the sentence. Now let's head to 2019. Now take note that this is WASSCE June 2019. This is section 4. Now the instruction is the same. The topic is the same. From the words lettered A to D, below each of the following sentences, choose the word or group of words that is nearest in meaning to the underlined word as it is used in the sentence. Now, nearest in meaning, 1, as it is used in the sentence. The same topic. And what did we say is the topic here? We did say that we are dealing with contextual synonyms. That's the topic here. And so let's look at the question. You can see the same question number 31 that started section 4 of 2020 is exactly what starts section 4 2019. And the question is as follows: Amina is fond of making derogatory remarks about her brother. Now, the word underlined here is derogatory. We saw a similar question, in previous sections, and the same derogatory underlined. So first we look for the meaning of derogatory. It means disrespectful, belittling, slighting, rude, nasty, abusive, or even demeaning. All right, so, and we are looking here for the word nearest in meaning. When we saw this, a similar question, it was words opposite in meaning. But here we are looking for a word that is nearest in meaning. Now, option A, inconsiderate. Inconsiderate, no. You may be inconsiderate, but not abusive. B, discreet, no. C, unnecessary, completely no. And D, belittling, yes. That's one of the meanings of derogatory, belittling or abusive. You can choose any of these, all right? Now let's go to 2018 and we look at the frequently occurring patterns. Now take note of the fact that is WASSCE. This is WASSCE June 2018. Again, we have section 4. The instruction is the same. Let's see if the topic is the same. From the words lettered A to D, below each of the following sentences, choose the word or group of words that is nearest in meaning. Take note of nearest in meaning. The same thing we had in 2020 and 2019. Nearest in meaning to the underlined word as used in the sentence, as used in the sentence. And so the topic is the same, contextual synonyms. And then question number 31, the same question number 31 that started section 4 in 2019 and started section 4 in 2020 is what we have starting section 4 in 2018. And so let's look at the question. He was such a brilliant footballer. Now the word underlined brilliant, and so we are looking for nearest in meaning. Now A, an inspired, no, that's not the nearest in meaning. B, an intelligent, well, this is one of the synonyms of brilliant, but this will apply more if you are describing a student or so. But let's look at other options. A, dazzling, well, not quite. D, something was omitted here. All right. What we actually have in D, something happened and it was omitted. What we have here is skillful, which is actually the correct option here. Option D is correct. Is skillful footballer, because here you are not, it's not necessarily in terms of intelligence, but is skill. When it comes to football or any other profession, you are talking more of skill than intelligence. Intelligence is more of a general word to describe someone's level of understanding or so, but we are more likely to use skillful to describe someone in his or her profession. Okay, so now we are through with section 4, and then let's move to section 5. And again, we look at 3 years consecutively. We look at past questions for 3 years, 2020, 2019, 2018, and then we compare and we look at the frequently occurring topics and questions. Now take note of the fact that this is WASSCE June 2020. This is section 5, objective test questions. Now take note of the instruction. From the words lettered A to D, choose the word or group of words that best completes each of the following sentences. All right, so here again, we are dealing with collocation, we are dealing with vocabulary, we are dealing with register, you know, words that are used in certain situations, certain social situations, and so on. Then again here, we are looking at semantics as well. So we are looking at vocabulary development, vocabulary. We are looking at semantics. We are also looking at collocation. All right, so question number 41, that's what begins section 5. Take note. The soldiers laid dash the town to arrest the terrorists. A siege on, which is the actual meaning. You know, when people lay siege, well, no, it's not siege on, it's siege to. All right, that is actually not correct. Then siege to is the appropriate. When you lay siege to a place, you surround the place. So C, siege with, no. D, siege by, no. But importantly, you need to understand that here we're dealing with collocation. We're dealing also with, we are dealing with semantics, the study of meaning, how the meanings of words when they are used in certain contexts. All right. Okay, so now let's go to 2019 and examine how similar it is to 2020. Take note of this. Is WASSCE June 2019. Again, this is section 5, the same section we saw in 2020. Now let's look at the instruction. From the words lettered A to D, choose the word or group of words that best completes each of the following sentences. The same instruction. Now the same question 41 that started section 5 in 2020 is what we have in 2019. Now let's look at the question. You have no excuse dash late. A, in being, no. B, to being, no. C, being, no. B, D, for being. So here, again, we are dealing with collocation. The topic is the same. And here we are looking at how nouns collocate with prepositions. You know, certain nouns collocate with certain prepositions, certain adjectives collocate with certain prepositions, certain verbs collocate with certain prepositions, and that is exactly what we find here. Generally, the topic is collocation, the same topic we saw in section 5 of 2020. It could be a different type of collocation. It could, all right, so, but it's the same topic. Now let's go to 2018 and then take note that this is WASSCE June 2018. This is section 5, and then the instruction is the same. All right, from the words lettered A to D, choose the word or group of words that best completes each of the following sentences. Again, the same question number 41 that began section 5 in 2020 and 2019 respectively. Now let's look at the question. Every one of the students dashed to be excited about the excursion. A was seeming, B is seeming, C seem, D seems. The appropriate option, the correct option is D, because here we are looking at concord, the rule of concord. And again here, we have the rule of concord that a singular subject is used with a singular verb. And if you analyze this sentence, all right, you can find a video I uploaded on the 25 rules of concord. Every one of the students, please ignore this. Every one of the students, but the actual subject is everyone, is singular. Dash, this is supposed to be the verb. This is the column, the gap for the verb. To be excited about the excursion. So here, well, the verb extends to this place, and then this should be the complement. So this is subject. The subject should be here, the verb and the complement. Complement because we have the verb to be here. Whenever you have a linking verb, what joins the, what comes after the linking verb, which describes the or refers to the subject, is likely to be the complement. So, but here, everyone seems, you cannot say everyone seemed, or everyone was seeming or is seeming. No, the word seem is not used in progressive tense, all right? Well, take note of the fact that we have the same section, the same instruction, the same topic, the same question beginning section 5. Now, let's now go to the last section, and that is section 6. And again, we look at 3 years consecutively, past questions for 3 years, 2020, 2019, 2018. And we look at the frequently occurring topics and questions. Now, take note of the fact that this is WASSCE June 2020, section 6, objective test questions. Let's look at the instruction critically. In the following passage, the numbered gaps indicate missing words. Against each number in the list below the passage, 4 options are given in columns lettered A to D. Choose the word that is the most suitable to fill the numbered gaps in the passage. Well, this is register, all right? This is register. You are given a passage with numbered gaps, and then you are given a list of options, and then you pick the one that will fit the numbered gap in the passage. So you are dealing with register here, and register, according to Jonathan Swift, is putting proper words in proper places. Register here is similar to vocabulary, all right? That's the sense in which we use register here. All right, so let's read this. Hardly a day passes without news of terrible accidents on our roads. Most of the time, these are caused by the ignorance and dash of the drivers. So we are looking for a word associated with motor accidents or motor transportation, all right? Now, when you want to talk about the causes, one of the causes of the accidents, ignorance and what? A, forgetfulness, no. B, carelessness, yes. You talk of recklessness, reckless driving or careless driving, so that's the appropriate word. C, wickedness, unless you are dealing with language of religion. D, doubtfulness, no. All right, so the appropriate option is carelessness. Now take note of June 2020, section 6, and then the topic is register, and then you look at the pattern of question. Now let's look at 2019. WASSCE June 2019, section 6, objective questions. Now you can see that the instruction is the same. In the following passage, the numbered gaps indicate missing words. Against each number in the list below the passage, 4 options are given in columns lettered A to D. Choose the word that is the most suitable to fill the numbered gaps in the passage. Now take note, the same topic, register. And so let's now look at the question or the passage. The day of the great tournament arrived, and dashed troops into the stadium in their thousands. Now, we are now looking at people who watch a tournament at a stadium. What do you call them? Option A, audience. No, you talk of audience when you talk of a group of people who listen to a speaker at an event or occasion. They are the audience. But the appropriate option is spectators, are people who watch a match or who watch a tournament at a stadium, all right? Crowd is just a group of people, and then congregation is more for a religious gathering, all right? So that's what we find here. But you can see the same question number 71 we find in 2020 is what we find in 2019. Now let's now go to 2018 and we look at it again. Now this is WASSCE June 2018. Again, section 6 objective test questions. The instruction is the same. In the following passage, the numbered gaps indicate missing words. Against each number in the list below the passage, 4 options are given in columns lettered A to D. Choose the word that is the most suitable to fill the numbered gaps in the passage. Again, we are looking at numbered gaps, the same thing, the same question we saw in section 6, 2020, section 6, 2019, respectively. That's exactly what we are looking at right in front of us in section 6, 2018. Now let's look at the passage. An entrepreneur is a person who organizes and manages any business enterprise, or one who combines the other factors of dash, then again 71, to start a business and make a profit. Now look at the question we have here is the same question that started section 6, 2020, section 6, 2019, and that is question number 71. Now, option A, creation, no, you don't talk of factors of creation. B, factors of provision, no. C, factors of construction, no. D, factors of production, yes. This is talking economics, factors of production, all right? All right, so this is where we are going to draw the curtain on today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you really, really captured the secrets, all right? All the secrets, all the tricks, all the techniques that I shared with you in today's video will actually help you to prepare adequately for your WASSCE English exam and any other school certificate examination, anywhere, anytime. And then you can prepare adequately and with confidence, because what we have handled in today's video has simplified, or if you like, demystified the questions by showing you the frequently occurring topics and questions, so that you will know that this is exactly what you are going to look for in each section of the objective test question. In our upcoming topics, we shall be looking at frequently occurring topics and questions in the theory part of the English language exam. And then thereafter, we also look at frequently occurring topics and questions in test of oral. Now, this is really very interesting, and I urge you, if you actually enjoyed today's video, to like the video and share this video with your friends and relatives. And of course, if you have not subscribed to this channel, this is the appropriate time to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget that this particular video is prepared and uploaded free of charge. So you watch it free of charge, you can download it free of charge, And the only way you can really reciprocate, what we do, or lend your support to us, or show that you are actually interested in what we are doing, is simply to subscribe. And then when you have subscribed, again, once you click on the bell icon, that will also ensure that anytime I upload a new video, you will receive instant notification so that you won't miss any new video I upload on this channel. And don't forget, it's not only English language topics we discuss on this channel. We also teach topics on content creation, topic on content writing, topics on online business, all right, and digital marketing. We share ideas with you on how you can succeed in your online business and how you can create multiple streams of income, because language is the powerful tool that is used for creating content. And here on this channel, being linguistic experts, we use language also to create content and teach you how to create content, how to digitize and monetize your content, your skills, your ideas, so you can make a lot of money online. So if you are interested in videos like this channel is a place that will be useful to you. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and make sure you activate the bell system, the notification system, by clicking on the bell icon. Now, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being part of today's episode. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye for now, and remain blessed. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you